Devin Sowers, your burn player. Adam Bowman is your slivers player. Both these players 1 and 0. Devin is on a mulligan to 5. Adam, I believe, has 7. And that is a Mutavault to kick things off, which, by the way, is a sliver.
I might get the bingo this round.
You have some strong potential to get a bingo this round.
Is there an investigating sliver?
Well, you know you have to get 5 in a row, right?
Sliver detective? Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure, because you're kind of all over the board right now.
Which sliver is this? This is one of the crusading slivers.
I don't know. You are right. It is a crusading sliver. Which one is it?
I
know this one.
I don't have it.
Sinew sliver.
Sinew sliver.
Yes. There you are. Okay. All slivers you get +1/+1.
It's one of the anthem slivers. I know that.
That's correct. So do we call that 1 for 1, 0 for 1? You were like kinda there.
0 for 1. You gotta get the name.
All right.
It's not enough to just know what it does.
Okay. A Sacred Foundry here from Devin. Off of a Bloodstained Mire, going to bring him down to 19. Adam Bowman off to a nice start. Cavernous Souls means these slivers uncounterable. Now head back over to Devin, who again is on a mulligan to 5 this game. He'll draw a card, picked up a copy of Skullcrack. He does have an Eidolon, Lightning Helix, and so much more. Meant Searing Blaze. Going to take care of old Sinew Sliver. Bowman's going to fall down to 17. We'll go back Adam's way. He'll draw a card. And he will play. Name that sliver.
That is Sinew Sliver.
Well done. That is 1 for 2. 1 for 2 here from Patrick. Devin picks up a Lava Spike. He will play an Eidolon of the Great Revel. We're going to go back over to Adam Bowman. Doesn't look like Adam has a third land here just yet. He will play. Name that sliver.
Predatory Sliver?
That is correct.
Oh.
2 for 3. Predatory Sliver is here. There is an Eidolon trigger. And an attack for 3 by Sinew Sliver.
Player attacks with a sliver.
Lock it in. If you are on Team Patrick for bingo, lock it in. We will go back over to Devin Sowers. He's picked up a copy of Arid Mesa. He's found his third land before Adam has found his.
I think you got a Helix here and start getting busy.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of agreeing with you. Would you fire the Lava Spike this turn too?
Probably not.
Okay.
You might get into a spot. There's not really an incentive to rush the Lava Spike here. This game's going to go on for several more turns, so it's not like you're tight on mana. You could draw a Swift Spear, and then having an extra prowess trigger is significant. And you might get into a spot where the Eidolon trades or is killed somehow.
Okay.
And then it's much better for you to not have taken 2 in the process of casting the Lava Spike.
But you do dislike Lightning Helix quite a bit here. Just get this Predatory Sliver off the battlefield.
You got to break this up. The way the board is now, Bowman can just attack with what he has and not cast another spell for the rest of the game. This also allows you to attack with the Eidolon too, which is really important.
Yep, and here comes the Eidolon. So you and Devin Sowers thinking very much alike. He is going to play the Lava Spike, however. He'll take 2 to do it and deal Bowman 3, and now we're going to head back Adam's way, as Adam is at 10, and Devin is at 14. Adam will draw. He's still looking for another land. He's found a Verdant Catacombs. And who knows what he can do with that. Taking a look at this deck list that I ripped in half like an idiot. He can search for a forest, a swamp, a godless shrine, an overgrown tomb, and a watery grave with that fetch land. I won't mention what slivers he has in his hand. I don't want to ruin the game for you.
I appreciate that.
No problem. Though I do think I actually know them all at the moment.
I think, so Bowman plays 1 spell. It's tough with the Verdant Catacombs. Does he have a basic he can go get?
Oh yeah, he's got a forest in a swamp.
Okay.
Yeah. That part not too tough.
If I'm in Bowman's spot, I'm thinking I might get 1 more spell this game, and I've just got to win with the Sinew Sliver and the Mutavault.
Okay.
Or if I can get to a 4-mana spell, obviously that's great. I can start casting that. But
the goal is here. He just really can't play many more spells.
if you go from 9 on the Verdant Catacombs, you go to 7 from anything that you play, and then you're kind of in range of Boros Charm plus anything.
Yeah, that's why you see him. He's thinking a lot with his life total being at 10 right now.
See, if you attack him, you can attack for 5 right now, because Sinew Sliver plus Mutavault's 5. If you do that this turn and next turn, Sowers is on 4, and then he can't play 2 spells.
Sure, okay.
And he probably needs to play 2 spells to kill you. You put him in a spot where he has to have another Lightning Helix to be able to finish the game out. And it's going to be hard for you to beat Lightning Helix here anyway, because him just killing your Sinew Sliver, now the race is all messed up.
Yep. Here comes... It wants to. No. Not yet.
So my problem here with holding back on defense with the Mutavault, if you're trying... I guess you actually hold the Eidolon off.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, okay, this is fine.
Ooh, he's just going to pass. I'm a little surprised by that. No play at all.
I think he's just trying to squeeze some points out here.
Okay.
And he gets to hit this turn. Next turn he can, attack with both, or maybe just attack with the Mutavault and try to get it into a spot where Sowers' life total is low enough where finishing off the game through his own Eidolon is complicated.
Well, the only reason I don't like that, if he's not going to attack, is why did he fetch them?
A fine question.
You know, that's the question. So it's a little incongruous where I think a lot of things are going through Adam's mind right now about what he wants to do. But if he wasn't going to play a spell, then fetching just means he took one for no reason. And that 1 point of damage could matter.
Yep, definitely.
Here's another attack for 2. Now the question is he going to cast a spell this time? Now, Vial's kind of an interesting draw because this could be the last spell that he actually has to play. He's going to fall down to 7 now, and I think Devin has Boros Charm plus Skullcrack in hand. Yeah, here is Boros Charm.
I would be surprised if Bowman survived this.
Yeah, me too. Eidolon Trigger is going to bring Devin down to 8. And then he will untap. He'll draw. Yeah, he's got Skullcrack and Rift Bolt. I think he might suspend here.
Well, he's got the game wrapped up, so he can play around something happening at instant speed. The problem that I have with passing the turn here, normally I'm fine with this kind of line, but with Bowman getting a Vial to 1, he could do something without casting his spell.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
Like right now, he's got Cavern plus Mutavault. That's not anything.
Right, he can't, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a thing. So if I'm Devin, I would play my Skullcrack now just because you just don't know.
Although, Sowers may have my bingo card. I know that card is cast off suspend is one of my squares.
Gotcha. I hadn't taken that into account. That's on me, actually. That's on me.
Sowers trying to double dip here.
Yep.
Get the game and the bingo
That's
square.
Right.
Good for him.
Bowman is going to play a Blur Sliver.
Yes,
come on! That's a good skull crack there, Devin. Attaboy.
Come on.
Devin Sowers going to win game number 1 here over Adam Bowman. No suspend. Bingo square for you as Burn up a game here over Slivers.
Unbelievable.
It's very believable, my friend. We're going to take a look at the sideboards here. Ooh, it's a Sliver party. I hope you know each and every one of these. 2 Harmonic Sliver. Which one's that?
I think that's Disenchant Sliver.
That is correct. 2 Frenetic Sliver.
Coin Flip Sliver.
That is correct. 2 Dark Heart Sliver.
Dark Heart of the Wood Sliver.
That is correct. 1 Telekinetic Sliver.
Icy Manipulator Sliver.
That is correct. 1 Screeching Sliver.
Is that Haste?
No, that's Blur. Haste is Blur Sliver.
Okay. I don't know.
That is Mill Sliver.
Mill Sliver. Okay, cool.
1 Necrotic Sliver.
Is that Sedge Troll Sliver?
No, that Sedge Troll Sliver is Sedge Sliver.
That's right.
That
That makes sense. You know what you said when you put it like that? when you put it like that, that makes sense.
that is Vindicate Sliver.
Vindicate Sliver.
1 Sliver Hive Lord, which we know.
Indestructible and make.
We know that one. Nameless Inversion, which is technically a Sliver.
Yep.
A Dismember, a Dusk Dawn. Do you know what Homing Sliver is?
Is it? No, I don't know.
Sliver Cycling.
So, oh, okay.
And then 1 Leeching Sliver.
I imagine that's some sort of life gain sliver, too.
I believe that is a life gain
name.
sliver. Yeah, I actually, that one's the only one I don't know off the top of my head right now. So, that's what Adam Bowman is working with. Are there cards that you like here?
Dark Heart Sliver, top of the list here. I like the Frenetic Sliver. Harmonic Sliver might be fine here as a little bit of a hedge against Eidolon. And if Leeching Sliver somehow gains life, then, that too.
other side of things, a little bit more straightforward for you. 4 Destructive Revelry, 3 Deflecting Palm, 3 Path to Exile, 2 Core Firewalker, another copy of Atarka's Command, a Rest in Peace, and a Stony Silence.
I would probably just present the same 60, but I could bring in, I think a couple paths are fine to bring in.
Leeching Sliver is apparently whenever a Sliver attacks, defending player loses a life. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Leeching Sliver.
Okay.
Or as I call it, Warship Beating Sliver.
Yep.
Ever have heard of it?
Well, we'll have it in a moment.
Oh, yeah. We're working on it. We're working on it. And then we're going to do one of my favorite promotions. I know one of your favorite promotions. It's almost time for SCG Game Night.
Oh, exciting.
But, as exciting as reading advertising copy can be. Ooh, from M15, whenever a Sliver you control attacks, defending player loses 1 life. There you go. Uncommon, Leeching Sliver. Who knows when we're going to see it. Actually looks like a Predator from a Predator movie.
It looks like Sowers is going pretty deep here and bringing in the palms.
I like it. I like it. We'll see exactly how Devin does end up sideboarding. Adam's good to go. He's going to shuffle. And we are ready for SCG Game Night, everybody. The very popular promotion, which you can bring to a local store near you. Patrick, do your thing.
Head over to go.starcitygames.com/game night. Find out more information. Every month we generate new kits with pins and tokens we send to the stores. So sign up for Game Night. Stores then can run Game Night however they want to, any day of the week, any format they want. Just get players in your store on a regular basis for some fun and friendly magic. We've got some kits here. I don't know if I've seen all of them. October, which we're in right now. Vampire Night Fox in November.
What do we got for November? You know this one.
Tarmogoat.
There it is.
Which was a bit of a tongue twister for me the last time we did this. And December, Croacan Crusader.
A Croacan Crusader.
A Croacan Crusader.
You get it's a frog? Do you get it?
Go.starcitygames.com/game night. Find the Game Night closest to you in stores. If you want to get signed up for Game Night, contact your Star City Games in-store play representative.
He gets it. He gets it. There's no... Are we able to learn a little bit more about Adam Bowman? No? Can't do that, unfortunately? We're going to have to get Nick on an Adam Bowman player slide here, I think. Got to learn more about him. Obviously a fan of Captain America, given the sweater. A fan of Slivers, given the archetype. He's got good hair. There you go. Just did his player slide for him.
It's too early in the day for me to handle this amount of pile shuffling.
Yeah.
Bowman gave it a wash, too.
Yeah, I know. But you only get to go once. You know that. You only get to go one time.
You're only allowed to indulge in that behavior once.
I feel like my bingo card is actually impossible at this point. I'm not going to give away the free space yet. Not going to do that.
Okay.
People are going to have to earn that.
Yeah, I'm planning on sabotaging my free space.
Yeah. People are going to have to earn the free space. But I just... Collective Brutality cast using all 3 modes? Like, are we kidding?
Happens to me all the time. It's like... That's like I wake up and that's the first thing that happens to me. I roll out of bed and someone is killing my Eidolon and gaining 2 and looking at my hand.
And taking your Lightning Helix, yes. Okay.
That's how I start every morning.
Player loses with no permanents on the battlefield. I don't know if we're going to get that. Adam does have Necrotic Sliver. I do have a shot there.
Yeah, we got. Okay. Well, here's the thing. We got to figure out. Emrakul attacks and triggers, and someone concedes the trigger. Does that count?
Yeah, we'll have to discuss it in the moment.
Okay.
Depends how heated the bingo game is, honestly. Depends how close we are.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it depends if it's close.
Yeah, because right now I'm really struggling to figure out how I'm going to get there. But, you know, stranger things have happened. Devin, he's not happy. He's going to take a mulligan here. Going to go a little deeper. No pile shuffle, though. It's important. While Devin does not pile shuffle his deck, we're going to learn a little bit more about the StarCityGames.com newsletter, which is your source for Magic the Gathering news. There's Ross Merriam. Here's a bunch of words.
Go.starcitygames.com/newsletter to sign up for the newsletter. It's your source for all Magic the Gathering news with highlights from some of SCG's best articles, upcoming SCG tour dates. You can find invitational qualifiers and game night closest to you, an exclusive cardboard craft comic, and best of all, signing up is free. So head over to go.starcitygames.com/newsletter. Get yourself signed up.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. It's easy. Give us your email, collect your newsletter.
It's easy.
It's very easy. All right, Devin, 6 cards. I think that's, what is that? Is that a Triforce Devin's wearing? A Zelda thing?
I don't know.
That looks like a Zelda thing to me. Great game. Great
It is.
game.
It is. Very impressive for Sowers to win on a mulligan to 5. Very hard to win on mulligans to 5 with burn.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Most of the time you do it involves Eidolon. Because Eidolon can be worth quite a few spells.
Away we go. Sliver Hive, Aether Vial. Gonna take a look at the Sliver Hive, Will Devin. We can do that too, for you Sliver enthusiasts out there. Great land for the deck. A little tap for a colorless, and you can add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast a Sliver spell. 5 and tap Mega 1/1 Sliver.
Only if you have a Sliver.
That's correct. An Arid Mesa for Devin. He'll simply pass the turn back. Vial up to 1. Let's go back over to Adam. Adam with looks like a 2 vial draw. Generally a card you just want 1 of, but he's found 2. He does have a Cavernous Souls. That could name anything. But he'll play an Overgrown Tomb tapped. He'll play another Vial. And we're going to go back over to Devin Sowers, who will sacrifice an Arid Mesa, fall down to 19, and likely a Sacred Foundry.
Did Bowman play a Cavern last game? He did, right?
Yeah.
Cavern of Souls not naming Eldrazi or Elves. I assume. We can get confirmation. Did he name Slivers with his Cavern of Souls? Can I get confirmation?
That is
Bang.
confirmed. Yeah. That is confirmed. Who made these bingo cards? This is nonsense.
This is going to be over by round 4.
This is
we're going to have to come up. We're going
nonsense.
to have to come up with a new bingo card.
This literally feels impossible. There will be, if you get all 25, we're giving away something nice.
Okay.
That's where I'm at now. I can't fathom winning at this point.
Yeah, Sowers can get me Goblin Guy reveals a land here whenever he wants to.
We're going to go back over to Bowman 2-1 on the vials. Adam will draw a card here. Looks like he picked up a copy of Collected Company. Slow start here from Adam, but he's not under any pressure. Another Cavern. Actually, no, that is the Cavern now, but that's naming Slivers, so you win.
Confirmation.
So you win again.
From our producer.
Yeah, it's naming Slivers.
All right.
Yeah,
Good.
You win again.
Good to know.
Here's Boros Charm. Is that on my card? Player plays Boros Charm. That's not on there.
I think Boros Charm mode not dealing 4 would be a compelling space.
It's not a bad card. Yeah, it's not a bad card.
I celebrate all the modes. I use them all.
Bloodstained Mire here from Devin. All right, activate a vial. Boom. Name that sliver.
Predatory Sliver.
Nailed it. 1 for 1 this game. Name that sliver.
Honings. Is this Sliver Cycle Sliver? Or what? I don't know what the...
Yes. Is this Sliver Cycle Sliver? Yes, that is Homing Sliver.
No, I don't mean a sliver in a cycle. I mean a sliver cycling sliver.
Got to sacrifice a Bloodstained Mire here, will Devin Sowers. I think we might have a Searing Blaze on the way here in a moment. He'll go get himself a Stomping Ground to enable the green splash. Remember, he is splashing green for a Tarkus Command Destructive Revelry here this weekend as Devin Sowers. Pretty common burn splash, honestly. And there's Searing Blaze with landfall. So 3 to the Predatory Sliver, and more importantly, 3 to Adam Bowman. Adam gonna finish sliver cycling now. He's gonna get a what sliver?
Is that Gale Rider Sliver?
Story checks out.
That Flying Man Sliver?
That is Flying Man Sliver indeed. There's the old Gale Rider. Bowman up to 3 and 2 on those vials. He'll draw a card. Activate. Name it.
I don't know what that is.
Mana Weft Sliver.
Okay, here we go.
And now here's Collected Company.
This is where Bowman's deck starts humming. The Mana Weft Sliver is the key to a lot of this.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Because once you're not bottlenecked on mana, you do all sorts of crazy stuff.
So there's a Mana Weft Sliver. Can you name that other sliver?
I think that's Sedge Sliver.
That is correct.
Sedge Troll Sliver.
That's correct.
From Alpha.
on your sliver naming
Time
ability.
Spiral is really great for designing slivers because you get to be so indulgent.
Oh, you're just going to do whatever you want, which is great.
What if we grafted iconic design Sedge Troll onto a sliver?
Why not? That's what I say. Sedge Sliver, 2 Mana Weft Slivers, Gale Rider Sliver on the battlefield here for Adam Bowman. He even has the Swamp for the Sedge Sliver, which means all these slivers a little bit larger.
That's where the Sedge Troll lives.
He lives in the swamp.
He lives in the swamp.
Yep. Now we're going to head back over to Bowman. Vials are going to stay on 3 and 2. He'll draw a card. I know he picked up a land this turn. I think it might be time for some beatdowns here, folks. Is the clock fast enough here for our sliver player? He'll activate Vial, name it. There's no chance you're getting this.
I don't know.
That is that is Diffusion Sliver.
Diffusion.
Yes.
I was gonna say Fusion Sliver, but I was like, that's not right.
That's not anything.
That can't be anything.
Yeah, that's not anything.
I'm making that up.
This is basically Frost Titan Sliver.
Yes.
More or less, because they're never going to reprint Crystalline Sliver, because that was just too good.
It's not necessarily too good. It's just the gameplay's bad.
That's true, too.
It's just like the game kind of sucks when I can't target anything.
Beatdowns, Sedge, Mana Weft, and Gale Rider Sliver. They're all flying in, a little bit bigger. And if you're Adam Bowman, you got to try to make this a 2-turn game. That's the plan right now.
Although getting killed from 13, you got to have some 4s in the mix for that to happen. And the 4s are Boros Charm and I guess Deflecting Palm in this spot. But he only has 1 white source of mana, so he has to have a really good hand and a way to cast everything on time, and that's going to be tricky.
Well, here's 4 mana. This is Deflecting Palm on Sedge Sliver. Let's take a look at Deflecting Palm. And does he have to pay 2 more for it is the question.
Yeah, it does. It targets.
It targets?
It targets.
Okay. Next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. If damage is prevented this way, Deflecting Palm deals that much damage to that source's controller. Yeah, this does not actually target. Yeah.
A source of your choice. So
Yes.
it doesn't target. It just says. It refers to that is nonsense.
Because you can Deflecting Palm Emrakul.
Right.
Which has protection from instants. And now here's Skullcrack upstairs.
Because you're choosing a source, you're not choosing a card. Because you can target spells also.
I see Helix, I see Atarka's Command, and I believe I see Searing Blaze. And right now I see Devin Sowers passing the turn back over to Adam Bowman.
So he's just got to not die this turn.
I think so.
Because he can Helix Bowman, have another 3 spell, and then pay 4 mana for Searing Blaze for the last point.
For literal 1.
For literal 1.
Bowman
This would be a good spot for Dark Heart of the Wood Sliver.
Yeah, Dark Heart Sliver would be a good draw for Adam. If he can collect a company into it or something. Here's an attack. Gonna leave Gale Rider Sliver back.
Doesn't increase the clock, and Sowers could draw a Swift Spear or a Goblin Guide that gets in the mix. Although, is it Deflecting Palm is one of the cards plus the Helix?
I think it's command.
A target's command.
Yeah, it should be command, Helix, and Searing Blaze.
Just making sure that the fact that he only has the single white source of mana is not relevant here.
There's Searing Blaze. This is just going to be for 1. And he's going to pay the cost for Diffusion Sliver. It's not going to kill anything. Bowman's going to fall down to 6. Activate. There is Dark Heart Sliver.
There we go. We are going to game 3.
We are definitely going to play a 3rd game here in a moment. For those of you unfamiliar with Dark Heart Sliver, we're going to go Humphin. Bowman's going to eat his Mana Weft Sliver to gain 3 life. All slivers have sacrificed this creature, you gain 3 life. Pretty tough for the old burn strategy to beat.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
This one's really rough.
Player controls Dark Heart Sliver. Obviously not on my bingo card. Obviously. Can't catch a break here. Just can't find anything. Is there a hexproof creature out there? No.
And Sowers can only play one spell here that interacts with the table because of the diffusion sliver.
Oh, card has 5 or more counters on it. Can we bump up that vial a little bit?
Vial to 5.
Can we nudge that vial up a touch, Adam? Yeah, we've had a vial on 5 before. A little bumperoo here.
What is the exact wording of your space?
Card has 5 or more counters on it.
You can the Nexus in the first round.
Yes.
You can
You're playing an honest game.
Yeah, I try to keep
Play
it clean.
an honest game here. Boom. Team Cedric back on the board. Back on the board. Thank you, sir. 2 to 5. Jeez. All right, we're going to game 3. Adam Bowman, off the timely top deck of a Dark Heart Sliver, does win game number 2 here over Devin Sowers. Slivers burn. Going to game number 3.
So I was skeptical of these deflecting palms to begin with. Now that you've seen Dark Heart Sliver, they got to go.
Yeah, the palms are no good.
Yeah, the palms are no good, and you're on the play. I can be taught into deflecting palm in a wider range of matchups when you're on the draw. On the play, I just want to be on the front foot casting stuff.
Well, these players are going to get ready here for game number 3. We've got many a thing to talk about this weekend, as I have mentioned, and we're going to start with our new pre-release playmat for Rivals of Ixalan. Oh, we're running on plumes, everybody. It's a pre-release exclusive creature collection playmat here with Star City Games. January 13th and the 14th is when this pre-release is going to take. What's the word I'm looking for?
Place.
Take place. Thank you. Having difficulty with words this morning. January 13th and the 14th. The name of the playmat, Running on Plumes, drawn by Star City's own Andrea Radak. She is very, very talented, as you've seen many of these playmats come down the pipeline. Ask your local game store to sign up today. Go to starcitygames.com/pre-release for more information. Very popular program, as we've had some really sweet playmats, and this is the newest one, Running on Plumes, exclusive creature collection playmat at the Rivals of Ixalan pre-release, January 13th and the 14th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
Player cycles a card. Sliver cycle. Sorry, that's my bad. That's my bad.
Good deck building.
Although I don't
lock it in.
I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of the word cycling appearing on mechanics that are actually tutoring.
Yeah, Sliver cycling.
Cycling suggests I'm exchanging this for a random card, and Sliver cycling is actually pick up your deck and find any sliver.
It's not a random card.
So I'm not a huge fan of that usage, but it does say cycle a card, and
no, you're right.
That's what happened.
You're right. It does count. It does count.
I try to keep it clean. I don't like it, but it counts.
He doesn't like it, he says.
So Goblin Guide reveals a land, card is cast off suspend, and Deflecting Palm deals lethal damage, all in play. That's just on Sour side of the table.
I'm trying to find anything that I have in play here right now for this match. There's no delving taking place. Player loses with no permanents on the battlefield could happen.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Attacking creature gets exalted. There's no exalted sliver. Spellcast with flashback.
Yeah, Exalted Sliver wouldn't be that much fun because the fun of slivers is put a whole bunch of them on the table. They're all grafting abilities to each other, and now I attack with a bunch of 8/8s.
Yep.
So Exalted Sliver is...
Rune Halo naming Valakut, literally just a blank square. That's never going to happen.
Right.
So really glad that's on my board. A spell gets spliced. Actually could happen. We're going to have to have...
Could happen.
Desperate Ritual. We're going to have Caleb on camera.
Yeah.
Stack of 5 more spells. Pretty... Only Storm involved, really. The rack deals lethal damage. Do we know if Tom's here?
I don't know.
Oh, come on!
Card is cast off suspend. I'm going to go ahead and...
Pull from Eternity that! All right, that's another one.
I didn't remember the trigger. Way to follow through. Way to follow through.
Down to 17 goes Bowman. Another hit.
I could really go for a Goblin Guide here. I know, but, it's an embarrassment of riches, I know, but I would say... It's been 3 games here. A little weird to not see a Goblin Guide.
Yeah, you're running so bad. You're really running bad.
I am running so bad.
Yeah. Vials on 1. Cavern named Sliver. We'll see what Bowman can put together here now he's played a Sliver Hive. He'll just simply pass the turn back. Sour's thinking about sacrificing that Scalding Tarn. Thinking about it. And he will. What's he want to search up? Just a basic mountain, perhaps?
Well, if he's playing with the Tarkus command, it puts a burden on him to get a stomping ground.
Well, he will get a stomping ground. He's going to fall down to 17 to do so.
Part of the reason I am not a huge fan of playing with one Atarka's command as your only green thing is it really shifts the burden on how you have to fetch. Because you have to fetch with your one Atarka's command in mind and go get stomping ground in spots where you could otherwise get a mountain.
We're going back over to Devin now after that Boros charm.
So I think, you know, Tarkus Command is a much more powerful card than Shard Volley, let's say. But I would rather play one Shard Volley if you're kind of trying to play an extra spell and cut a land, because that doesn't force you to fetch Stomping Ground every single game.
Sure, sure. That makes sense. Sowers with a very reactive hand, as there is a Sacred Foundry tapped. Bowman, nothing to Vial. Very slow start here for Adam.
So when you have the turn 1 Rift Bolt and no Eidolon going on, it's going to be very hard for Bowman to interact with what Sowers has got going on. And on the other side of it, if Bowman finds a Dark Heart Sliver, it's probably hard for Sowers to win. That's just too much to overcome.
There's a Gale Rider Sliver. This is a... Oh, he's got
Leeching Sliver.
He's got Leeching Sliver, and I'm a little surprised.
It is a workaround around Deflecting Palm, right?
Okay, I mean, also kind of quick and pretty quick clock.
It's a faster card if he doesn't want to do all the Vindicate stuff.
Yeah.
And it is a fine way to work around Deflecting Palm if he's worried about it.
Yeah, all right, all right. Leeching Sliver. In response, we're going to have a Lightning Helix, it appears. And now we are going to go back over to Devin, I think. 10 to 20. Yeah. Devin will draw. Got 2 palms.
These palms are just not very good.
No.
I'm sorry, I have them in my sideboard, full disclosure. Right now I got 2 copies in the build that I'm playing. Largely to have some more game against Eldrazi-tron. But they just set a Chalice at 2 against me 100% of the time anyway.
So it just doesn't do anything?
Just thought not, see that it's there, and then, you know, Chalice on 2 or just wait, whatever. It has not been very good. I think it's probably still worth sideboarding because there's just only so many cards I want in the first place, but...
Here's another Sinew Sliver.
I think a lot of people just bring in palms against any deck that attacks them.
Which I don't like.
And it looks like this... Not exactly like this, there's a lot of slivers involved, but it looks something like this a fair bit of the time.
Yeah. Knuckleheads, Sinew, Leeching, Gale Rider. 3 triggers from Leeching Sliver, which means that Devin's going to fall down to 14, I believe. And now here's a bunch of damage. So we'll calculate it all. We'll get the life total updated here in just a moment. We might see a Deflecting Palm in just a second. I mean, you got to get it out of your hand, right? You got to cast something.
Yeah.
Going to target old Leeching Sliver, which is a 3/3.
And Bowman's been sitting here with Vial on 2 plus Dark Heart Sliver in hand the whole game, just waiting for Sowers to take some action that allows Bowman to basically counter it.
See a little conversation back and forth here between the players about Deflecting Palm. It is a little bit of a confusing card. I have a response here from Adam. There is the Dark Heart Sliver.
And this is just too much. Given Sowers was basically on the all Lava Spike plan here, losing a spell, Bowman picks up 3, and the Sliver is still in play. I think this is just going to be too much.
Yeah. And now there's another Gale Rider Sliver. There's just too much. There's too much fodder.
Yeah.
Just to eat, and Burn just really can't overcome this kind of card from Slivers. It's really just kind of that simple, honestly, folks.
Yeah. Beating life gain that sits on the table, that isn't just a spell you can stop with a Skullcrack. If you don't have creatures, if you don't have some recurring source of damage, it's really hard to win.
A land the draw there from Devin. And there's an Arid Mace. He'll sacrifice that. He's going to fall down to 10. Again, he does have a Searing Blaze in hand. I think we're going to see him cast it in just a moment. Probably just have to go after the Dark Heart Sliver right now.
I think at this point you've got to. Well, you can't really block because the Gale Riders either. I was going to say you just need to go after the Sinew Slivers and try to slow this down a little bit.
I guess Dark Heart's a 4/4 too because of the 2 Sinew Slivers, so he actually just has to kill a Sinew Sliver. Yeah, we're bordering on hopeless territory here.
Yeah.
So much for Devin to handle. But he's got his landfall trigger, so he's got to cast Searing Blaze now. You know, there's no waiting on this anymore. Yeah, and he's going to make the same mistake that I was going to, which is go after Dark Heart Sliver for a Searing Blaze. And it's a 4/4, not a 3/3. So I think Adam is going to say that resolves.
And you can't fizzle a Searing Blaze by sacrificing the creature because it has 2 targets.
Correct. That is correct. So assuming that Adam realizes that his Sliver's a 4/4, by the way, and all parties realize it's a 4/4, then this Dark Heart Sliver is just going to kind of hang out, I think.
Yeah, just let this resolve. I mean, you can't stop the lava spike that's coming, and your thing's not going to die. So
he's going to sacrifice it. See, I think this is only happening because he thinks it's a 3/3 but it's actually a 4/4. And now here's a Skullcrack in response to sacrificing Dark Heart Sliver.
There's some good operations here from Sowers. I mean, the Dark Heart's off the table. He gets his 6 points of damage.
The problem is that
he's just dead on the way back.
He's just taking lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an attack for 12 points of damage. That is the bigger issue. All these Slivers are 3/3s. And that is going to do it. So Adam Bowman's going to win this match over Devin Sowers. 2-1. Slivers is going to take care of Burn. And Adam Bowman off to a 2-0 start. And I'm sure that we will see more of him later this weekend.